a worse feeling than finding out you overpaid for something? Those days are over thanks to Honey. Honey is the world's most popular money-saving browser extension. Every day, over 7 million people use Honey and save money shopping online. Why not you? Add Honey to any browser for free with 2 clicks. While you shop, Honey works in the background testing millions of coupons. Then it'll automatically apply the biggest discount at checkout. It's so easy, Time Magazine calls Honey basically free money. When Honey's got your back, you'll never overpay again. Click the banner now or get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/Spotify.
When it's time to install the cabinets and countertops, pros don't have time to wait around for the cabinets and countertops. So the Home Depot ships on-trend Hampton Bay cabinets and countertops with select finishes in as little as 48 hours. And during our winter kitchen and bath event, pros get 10% off bulk orders of 10 or more. Save time, save money. There's no better time. The winter kitchen and bath event for pros, going on now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing, valid through March 7th.
At Discover, we believe anniversaries should be a time of celebration, not obligation. That's why we think annual fees are ridiculous. And now, just for giving us a try, we're going to give new card members a 1-year anniversary gift they'll never forget. At the end of your first year, we'll match all the cash back you've earned dollar for dollar. No caps and no catches, because we know if you try us, you'll like us. And that's worth every penny. Try it and believe it at discover.com/match. Cashback match offer only for new card members. Limitations apply.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into another game for the FIMU Alpha LCS. This evening, we have a matchup between Rich is Provoked and Gimme Dat Ace. This one is definitely going to be for a playoff spot, as both teams are fighting over for 5th and 6th place. As Rich is Provoked is in a tie for 5th place with Gerg 5 at 10 points each. Somebody here is going to get a playoff spot, as Gimme Dat Ace just drew with HVG, so they are sitting at 8 points. So a win here will leapfrog Gimme Dat Ace above Rich is Provoked and Gerg 5 and into the playoffs. All right, so
pretty intense. That was Panda giving us the overview of the game. I am Fudgy Ditters. We are doing some sick casting for you all. I hope you're ready for this intense game.
Yeah, so we are on a bit of a delay at the moment. Apparently, Bukake Poro is taking his laptop somewhere and will be here shortly. Not entirely sure what that was. They said 15 minutes, about 15 minutes ago, so we should be getting to go any time now. Yeah, we are right now.
It does appear that they want to move into the pick ban phase. See that? We're looking at GDA with the first ban on blue side, banning out the Orin. Very strong pick we've seen many times. What do you think?
Yeah, no, Juice Me Mommy, the top laner for Rich is Provoked, has been spamming a lot of Orin recently in the LCS, in our PMA LCS, and he's, been winning a lot of lanes with Orin, even though it did pick up a slight nerf, if I'm not mistaken. But again, Orin, just a silly strong champion right now. And we are waiting for the first ban for Rich is Provoked. They did not actually ban anything. Oh, and that's because they lost a ban because Ethan is still not here yet. Bukake Poro.
Yep. And it looks like a Malzahar ban coming out from GDA. Just another champion that really can take over the game right at the moment. We've been seeing an LCS play. An Akali ban from Rich. What do you think about that one?
The Akali ban is targeted specifically at Baja Blast Lover, who's shown a proficiency at playing assassin mid laners. Warwick coming out here, that is against Menbung, I do believe. And then there's a J4 ban for GDA, as J4 is one of Jaundice III's junglers. Again, big news today. Theatrics missing out on this game. Jaundice III is subbing in, and Jaundice is picking a Sejuani first. This Sejuani made so many things happen in that HVG game that happened about an hour ago. So the Sejuani is a very strong pick for Jaundice III. The Malzahar, also a ban targeted at Bukake Poro, who is really good at Malzahar and kind of struggles on some normal conventional picks that aren't Nocturne mid. And we see a Nasus coming out for Juice Me Mommy. That's going to be a top lane Nasus. Stack farm for days.
Yeah, Nasus has been particularly good in solo queue right now. Excuse me. Due to the new Klepto build that's been kind of showing up a lot more frequently. And his ability to just scale into that late game. So we're already kind of seeing what the game plan for Rich is Provoked is going to be. They're looking to get into the late game. It looks like GDA is going for either some sort of team fight or pick sort of thing with that Sejuani.
Yeah, and if they're able to pull this off, that GDA team is probably going to might be able to end the game faster than the Nasus can scale. Kane is picked up for Rich is Provoked. That's going to be Menbung's Kane in the jungle. Looking forward to seeing that. I don't know if he's played it quite yet in our PMA LCS. It's usually banned, so a bit interesting they're allowing him to have it. Zillion coming out for Clap That Ass at support. We saw the Zillion pick up again in the last game versus HVG. Did a lot of good work where somebody got picked and he just revived them right away.
Yeah, Zillion's been particularly strong. With these games starting to go later and later, in general, Zillion and actually Kale have been very frequent picks for these scaling hyper carries we're seeing in the bottom lane, just like Vayne, just like Kog'Maw. We're going to start seeing these picks come out in the LCS. It's pretty exciting.
And we can do Rich's favorite thing, which is Vayne spotting, though he's they're going to have to do Vayne spotting while they're playing a game. Anyways, Vayne, another really strong champion right now in solo queue, especially with this overheal meta that's going on. And we see Tristana picked up by Rich is Provoked. Again, another very strong solo queue champion.
A very safe option, especially into Sejuani, but I think it might struggle in lane against the Zillion and the Vayne. Those early levels having that short range, getting hit by those bombs or dodging those bombs rather, might be pretty tough.
Well, she has her own bombs that she can throw onto this Vayne, as well as we see a Nami ban at Summoner 2805.
Sure. You could say this bot lane is going to be pretty explosive.
Oh my god. Oh, joy. Well, we still have a mid laner to pick for Gimme That Ace, and we also have, again, mid laners to pick for Riches Provoked. Kled is taken away from Garfield Juice in that top lane, as well as Cassidon, taking away another one of Baja Blast's assassins in the mid lane.
It looks like they're really trying to pick towards protecting that Tristana from the Vayne getting on that back line.
Yes. I'm expecting something like a Lulu or a Morgana ban. Yeah, Morgana ban. They're going to ban a support here.
I'd be surprised to not see a Taric right now. I think Taric is probably one of the greatest supports, especially in these coordinated team plays. I'm not sure if their sports played it, but we see an Alistar instead.
Alistar,
another very good option.
Yeah, pretty good option here. It's going to provide a lot of disengage. Make sure that Sejuani doesn't get too close to Tristana. And then we're going to see Heimerdinger. Wait, is he really doing it? Please do it. I want to see this Heimerdinger. Oh.
Just
it's a Gnar.
A round of disappointment from the whole desk.
Yes.
Right now.
So actually, this team comp from Gimme That Ace is, with the exception of the Vayne, the exact same team comp that they just used to curb stomp Hidden Valley Gaming. Instead of Vayne, they had an Ashe. The Vayne, a little bit more consistent damage-wise than Ashe, but all in all, this is a very similar team comp that they are comfortable with. And we see a Xerath is the last pick for Rich is Provoked. It looks like we are still waiting on Bukake Poro.
It looks like that Xerath is going to be I think it's going to be pretty key in this game as a factor just clearing the wave. It's going to be so hard for GDA to kind of group as 5 and get in with a Xerath kind of clearing waves from back at his tower in the mid game. So unless they really shut it down and prevent it from getting a lot of wave clear and damage, I think they're going to have a harder time with a Nasus split pushing in the top lane.
Yeah, so anyways, we have a bit of a development. We're still waiting on Bukake Poro. Not entirely sure what the holdup is at this point in time.
Seems like he's back in the Discord, but maybe this game might be a little too...
This game might be an FF.
It might be an FF. It might be the first FF of the split.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. We are running against that time period where we said the games needed to be started by a certain point in time. 40 minutes past game time. I guess this game was supposed to start at 7 o'clock exactly.
10 o'clock? Well, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, 10 o'clock. 7 o'clock Pacific time, which is where I'm at, and which is where the world really revolves around.
I don't want to get into an East Coast West Coast rivalry here, but
West Coast, best coast.
East Coast is Beast Coast.
East Coast is least coast.
I don't know, the Beast.
Least.
We have the Beast.
And we're gonna feast on yeast. Get some of that yummy bread. Dude, I had some garlic bread just recently. So delicious.
I made myself fajitas tonight. You know what?
Ooh.
Pretty spicy.
Is it going to be about as spicy as this game's about to get?
I don't know if this game's even going to happen at this point.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get to see some play. Maybe one game, but
Yeah, if I understand right, the reason there is a massive time constraint is that one of the members for Gimme That Ace has to get up at about 4 o'clock their time.
Which it's already pushing it.
Yeah, which is balls early. So we're running up against the clock here. I really think, and unfortunately, if Bukake Poro doesn't get here within the next minute or two, I think this might be going to
GDA.
Yeah, the first game might be going to GDA, which, unfortunately has massive implications for the playoffs. That means GDA only has to win one game, and they can effectively eliminate one of these teams that are ahead of them. And Bukake Poro has just logged back on. Bukake Poro is in, and we should just go. No rearranging nonsense here. Oh, nope, we're going to rearrange.
Perfect. We did it.
All right.
It is.
So, anyways, we are set to go. We are in our pick band phase right now.
Looking at it over one more time. Yeah, that was a little stressful. Some stressful things going on in the chat. Just cutting it down to the wire. But we're in the game now, so
yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna look at the playoff picture here while we wait for them to get through their initial pick bands, and then we'll go on. We're gonna show chat the standings currently. Oh, we are showing chat standings currently. Ha ha ha. All right, so if we look here, Hidden Valley Gaming and Bear Jr. Poops in the Woods are tied at 15 points. They play tomorrow night, as you can see, at 11:30 Eastern Time. That game is for second place. Riches Provoked is sitting here at 5th place, but they are currently tied with Gurg 5 at 10 points apiece. Riches Provoked and Gurg 5 also tied earlier in the season. So, again, if Riches Provoked loses both games today, they're still in a tie with Gurg 5, and they'll probably have to have a playoff. Unless Big Anime Titties has anything to say about it. If Big Anime Titties wins their game, which is later tonight, versus Slapnut Magoo, they will leapfrog everyone into 5th place and put themselves on 12 points. Gimme That Ace need to win tonight if they have any shot at making it. They need to 2-0 Rich Is Provoked. By doing that, they pretty much ensure that Rich Is Provoked has to play a playoff game versus Gurg 5 unless Big Anime Titties pulls out a win, and that would therefore eliminate both Rich Is Provoked and Gurg 5 if both Big Anime Titties and Gimme That Ace win their matches tonight. So, with that in mind, what do you think is going to be your playoff teams?
I'm kind of honestly expecting Riches Provoked to stay in. I think that they have a really good squad, and that they've had a rough back half of the split. I have faith that they'll pull it together right here at the end and kind of finish it off. What do you think?
Yeah, they did get smashed last week by Big Anime Titties in a pretty 2-0 convincing win for BAT, and that was a little disappointing for Riches Provoked, that being a game where they really could have set themselves up to not even really worry about this game, and a lot of things kind of went wrong in that game, so it'll be interesting to see how they respond this time out. Again, with Theatrics missing out, Gimme That Ace is in a tricky spot as well, not having their captain. They do have a pretty solid sub in Jaundice III, but again, it's just not the same as your captain that you've played with all split. So I'm expecting a pretty spicy game. I'm kind of thinking this ends in a draw, which doesn't really help Gimme That Ace. In fact, it eliminates them and helps Riches Provoked a fair amount because it would break the tie with Gurg 5. But that's kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen here.
Yeah, I really think I think there's a possibility of a tie for sure. It just in this game in particular, it's going to be a matter of, can the win conditions for Riches Provoked get online before they feed? That's the question, really.
Yeah.
We want them. They need to just sit back, clear waves, have a nice passive like Relic Shieldy bot lane, nice passive wave clearing Xerath, and Nasus just chilling at tower, and that's how they're gonna win it. I think the pick that I that is kind of strange to me might be the Kayn, but it is going to be that third damage option for their team. If the Tristana or the Xerath goes down, it can be pretty significant.
Yeah, I think the Kayn is picked, I think, to get onto Baja Blast Lover, get in behind him and come from odd angles and maybe assassinate him. Baja Blast Lover did a pretty good job last game versus HVG, zoning Panic at the Top Hat off of lanes and stuff.
The thing about an assassin here is we're looking at a Zillion.
Right, so, once team fights start happening, it's going to be pretty hard to assassinate anybody unless you can get the Zillion before the ultimate comes out, or even after the ultimate comes out and still get a kill somewhere. Just don't get the person that has the Zillion ultimate. Anyways, looking at the side of Gimme That Ace, what do you think their win condition is?
Gimme That Ace is looking for a team fight. I'm thinking the Sejuani is going to be pretty huge as an initiator and getting in there so that the Gnar can hopefully ult some players into the Veigar Gate maybe, or into some walls, something along those lines. They could also potentially be looking for picks in the same way though, with the Sejuani ultimate, the Zillion with the slowdown and the double bomb. And Vayne, in particular, being a really, really good source of single target damage. So maybe some picks in the mid game, and then team fight, some really heavy team fighting. I think that's where they have their edges. What do you think? Who do you think is the key player on that?
For HVG, not Gimme That Ace.
Yeah, for Gimme That Ace.
I see Baja Blast Lover as the key player here, as well as Jaundice the Third. Jaundice did a lot of good setup plays in their previous match that I casted, and he really allowed Baja Blast Lover to just kind of pop off in that game. So yeah, those are the two I'm really going to be watching in this game. Garfield Juice also was the MVP of that game. He did a really good job of just 1v1ing a top laner. And just smashing his lane as well. So they had, they're coming off of a high, so I think they're going to feel pretty comfortable about themselves. But for Riches Provoked, what is your matchup, or the one you're really looking at?
I think I'm looking at Bukake Poro and Juice Me Mommy as kind of being the players that really need to step up here. I think as a Xerath, you're kind of vulnerable a lot of the time to ganks because of your lack of mobility and some of the issues you have early game. But if he's able to overcome those issues in the early game and kind of transition into the mid-game powerhouse Xerath that he can be, I think that really can propel his team into the late game they need to hit with the Nasus and the Tristana. And the only other reason I say Juice Me Mommy is because he just needs to he also is in that position where he needs to beat a Gnar in lane. And Gnar hurts. Gnar's very tough, especially for a Nasus, just because I have to assume that this Gnar is going to get an Executioner's Calling and stop a lot of his sustain from coming into play.
All right, well, we are loading into the game. Chat, give us your GDA win or RIP win in the chat. Let us know who you think is going to win. I realize there's not a whole lot of you watching at this hour. It is a bit late. Plus, we do have other games going on, so I think there's other groups preparing. So, yeah. Anyways, we have Poor Rider, Sejuani, Bad Santa, Veigar, Old Saint, and Zillion, Vayne, and a Gentleman Gnar. Right, so that's Garfield Juice.
Very Christmassy theme.
Yes, very Christmassy. Garfield Juice, Jaundice the Third, Baja Blast Lover, Your Moose, and Clap That Ass. Over for Riches Provoked, we have Juice Me Mommy, Menbung, Bukake Poro, Jirachi, and then Summoner 2805, who's got the Moo Cow Alistair.
In the competition of the skins, It's not even close. It's GDA all the way. They all have TSM icons except for the one Golden Guardian Zero Moose. I mean, I guess that's all right. You know, maybe you like the new teams. Maybe you're just tired of the old regime. But the skin coordination and the team play from GDA is really.
Even though TSM got smashed today.
It was an unlucky game. An unlucky game.
I'm ready to see someone else at the top of NALCS. All right.
I still want to see him go to Worlds, and I want to see him win NA. Well, who am I kidding? They should win every game after this. I don't care. Maybe not against CLG because I love me some Bioday.
I spent an hour watching 100 Thieves versus what was that?
Oh yeah, I did the same thing too.
That game took forever. Talk about not knowing how to finish.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. We have pinks coming out from the red side. Looks like they're just gonna go into a point defense system. As blue side, are they good? Nope, they're not gonna invade. They're just gonna put a ward in that bush.
Yeah, just some warding, some standard defensive starts. Garfield juice. Just seeing who's up there.
It's an interesting position to be in if you're Menbung.
Menbung could take this blue from Sejuani. I don't think they've been spotted out yet at all.
They do not know. I think they blast cone over the wall here
and grab that blue. That's a really interesting start. I think that'll work out well because I don't think we've seen it.
Well, no, now that Nasus is left, I don't know about that, but he did leave behind a ward. But that ward is not where I would put it. I'd put that ward more towards the entrance of that blue buff.
No, Kane's going for it.
Somebody just DC'd.
Wandus.
Are we going to get a pause? Yep, there's a pause.
There's a straight pause. Okay.
Wouldn't be the PMA Alpha LCS if we didn't have a pause. Although I will let you know the previous game with Gimme That Ace did not have a pause.
It didn't have a pause?
No.
That's insane.
I know.
It's like saying there's a game without a death in this.
I mean, there was a game previously where they're like at 16-1 at one point in time in that game.
But there always is one death. You have to know someone's gonna overextend. Come on, we're not pro players here.
Once somebody's
even in pro game.
Yeah. Somebody's gonna be a scrub lord.
Alright, so looks like just a DC issue. Should be back into the lobby shortly. Oh. Get this game on the road and it's less delayed than it already is. It's getting pretty late.
Alright, so Zareth, you're boosted. You right. Love you, Ethan. Faces. Yeah.
I gotta scale up my chat to see this glorious.
How do you do that?
I think it's in your interface. Huh?
Oh, I can move. Oh, what? I didn't know you could move this.
You can move it all.
Yeah.
Some people just move it off the screen because that really helps them in solo queue.
No.
I don't want to see that at all.
I did not know you can move this around.
You should put it in the middle part of your screen. That's what I think a lot of my friends
just right
do.
here.
My mid laners generally. My mid laners in solo queue tend to put it right in the middle of the screen and say, Ezreal, what the hell are you doing? You boosted it.
How do I change the size of it? How do I change? I can't change the size? Oh, damn. Your Moose is now having Discord issues.
Size is in the menu. Actually, you can go to if you hit escape, you just change your HUD options.
What?
Interface and then chat scale. I have mine scaled down to like
what?
Almost unreadable.
What?
Oh yeah. You may as well scale your minimap back to 0 while you're at it, since I know Not too many players look at that anyways. Just taking up space.
Wait, how do I move this thing now? I can't move
The
it.
game is in pause. Just move your options around. Right
Alright.
by the top.
Chat scale. Oh, I can't move chat anymore. Oh wait, now I can.
But again, you get active.
Yeah. I'm sorry, this is actually amusing to me.
It's okay. I'm sure stream's loving it.
R?
Arr.
We're a pirate.
We are a pirate.
Who is DDoSing Reese? Skype. TeamSpeak. I have my internet problems to him. R.
Game over, Bukaki. Everyone said R.
Pirate's life for me. Alright, well, we still
Are they
have...
not trusting Rich's R? Is that what's going on? There we go. 3, 2, 1.
Hooray, we're in. Maybe we can actually do something.
We are in. The Cheese Wolf start from Menbung appears to be online.
He's gonna steal that blue buff. Guaranteed.
Yeah, I think he's going to start the Wolves, take the full camp, hit level 2, and then go to that blue, yeah.
Which is gonna put Jaundice behind.
Oh, but Jaundice is skipping his,
He's gonna find him there.
Raptors.
He's going
He's gonna find
straight
him
there.
Yeah. I don't think he'll be able to take this blue.
And is there a ward?
Oh, no.
There is a ward. Yeah, no, he's got to run away now.
Menbung, what do you thought he could pull that off? If Juan Deek the third went to his Raptors, that would have been pretty crazy. That would have actually worked out perfectly in the game, but instead, just gonna go take his own Raptors and get his red buff.
Alright. We see a little bit of trading here and there. Bukake Poro is going to try and poke Baja Blast Lever out. Keeps hitting him with that Arcane Pulse. Garfield Juice is going to throw the Boomerang into Juice Me Mommy. Get that third proc off, and that's percent health damage. That's going to be huge on this Nasus.
Oh yeah, looks like some low health bars from the side of Rich's Provoke, honestly. Lots of that Nasus getting poked down, but Bukaki Poro's laying into Baja Blast, so
But this
maybe
overheal...
we'll see some. This overheal bot lane? Oh yeah, this is some standard. It's gross.
it's going to keep Jirachi pretty well healthy. As we see the Red Horizon come out, Bukake Poro walks straight into it, though, and he's going to have to flash away to get away from Jaundice as Jaundice has come around.
I believe he flash cleansed that.
Might
Did
have.
both.
Yeah, definitely walked into the event horizon and needed to cleanse to get away from Jaundice. Otherwise, we probably would have seen a first blood.
That's the vulnerability of the Zerath, though. You see that that coming into play right away in that early game. Getting no mobility is pretty rough, especially into baby rage.
Yeah. Rage Cage OP. Anyways, Summoner
Rage
2805 is going to headbutt in onto Euromoose, but again, not a whole lot of damage to follow up quite yet. So we're just going to back out.
Yeah, bot lane's just becoming this nice little farm fest for these hyper carries.
Oop, gets condemned into the wall by Euromoose, but Euromoose is just going to get sped up. Still has a bomb on his head as Jirachi's going to try and pop that. Gonna wither
Little bit
the
of action,
Garfield Juice
too.
on the top lane, but Juice Me Mommy is out of mana now. His Menbung is again invading, being very aggressive early. Blast Cone's out, otherwise...
Bukaki Poro, that's fine.
No, Baja
Or
Blast.
Baja Blast, yeah.
Go start with
These
Bees
rocks
on
are
there.
dangerous,
Shocking Orb
yeah.
lands onto Baja Blast Lever. He's going to take an Arcane Twist to the face. But Bukake Poro is out of mana.
Yep, not a lot he can do against the full health Baja Blast. Looking at he already used both. Vyar already used both of the pots. Actually, all the pots in the mid lane have been used. So,
Garfield Juice is
not
going
bad.
in on him. Juice Me Mommy. Juice Me Mommy. Just trying to get away so the Baja or that Garfield Juice stops autoing him.
Juice me, mommy, gank me, please.
And Menbung is here for the
comes
gank.
Menbung.
Garfield Juice is just gonna get away though. Gonna throw some more boomerangs.
That's pretty
Say
funny.
how much do you like that as Menbung leaves the map. I did not know you could do that.
He just says, you know, my top laner didn't really help me out there. I'm just gonna back up.
Walls?
I want out of here.
Where we're going, we don't need walls.
Some more little bit of poke in the bottom lane. It's not going to amount to much until I think the first back. Unless there's a gank down here, it's just... Oof.
Ooh, Jirachi stepping up really close to Uramoose.
Yeah, trying to get some poke down, but it's not going to amount to much. Just some love taps, I think. If you're trying to get them to blow a sum, you need a little bit more damage than that.
Summer 2805, they have caught Clap That Ass out of position. Clap That Ass is going to flash away, and First Blood going over to Jirachi with the
wow,
auto.
I spoke too soon. That is a squishy Zillion. That was... He got caught out right away by the WQ from the Alistar, getting pulverized right up there, and then Tristana just jumping in, no fear, Wild Turtle.
Yep, as Baja Blast Lover has been shocked. Going to catch somebody, Xerath, in the event horizon, but Xerath doesn't look like he's taking a whole lot of damage. Meanwhile, top lane, Choose Me Mommy
You can tell
is
what
taking
kind
a lot
of
of
mid
damage.
laners these are.
Yeah.
You can tell what kind of players these mid lanes are based on the items. One of them has a control ward, and the other one doesn't.
Yeah.
One of them thinks he's going to get ganked, I bet, and one of them doesn't. So I think that's what we're seeing. A little bit more respect from the Xerath towards the Sejuani with that control ward. Than,
Well, again, Sejuani did gank Xerath early, and Xerath did have to blow both Cleanse and Flash. So
Vision's probably even more important then.
yeah. As we see, Baja Blast Lover is well below half health. His TP is down. As Juice Me Mommy is again burning mana and not getting a whole lot of damage on the Garfield Juice. But yeah, Baja Blast Lover.
But the problem is there's not a lot of a CS difference in the top lane. It's only 6 CS.
Oh, and let's see. Only at 84 stacks though, so
That's not too bad, especially with the coin start.
wait, why?
Staying back, getting some extra gold. Even when he misses CS, it doesn't matter.
Correct me if I'm wrong though, but you don't want to start coin on an Nasus.
I've been seeing it more and more often in solo queue, and it doesn't seem like it's actually that bad, as you'd expect. I think it could be a first stack or it could be a starting item. Either way, it works out pretty well to kind of compensate for that early game that you lack.
Yeah, Baja Blast Lover struggling in trades right now with Bukake Poro, starting to fall a little bit behind. As Juice Me Mommy is again out of mana. And Menbung is in this bot side jungle. Gonna get spotted by a ward. As we see Jirachi get condemned into the wall by Uramoose. Uramoose is gonna hit him a few times, but does have a bomb. He's gonna lose half his health.
That's a pretty big bomb right there. I think if they were looking for it, they might be thinking about a dive right here, but little do they know, Sejuani's lurking around this bottom side as well.
Yeah, so is Kane. So we could see a 3v3 in this bot lane. As Jaundice is sitting on a pink ward, so no one sees him there. Menbung is also on a pink ward, so it looks like Uramoose is going to step up. The call has been made. Headbutt is pulverized. Only going to hit the headbutt as stun's coming out. Uramoose is got a bomb on him. He's going to get buster shotted away. And that bomb is going to... That bomb is going to pick off Uramoose as we got a stunned Menbung. Baja Blast Lover loses the 1v1 versus Bukake Poro, who's going to get him with the Arcano Post. Garfield Juice is exhausted. His Mega, though, is going to knock the Alistar into a wall, and Sejuani, though, is the one that dies.
Alistar's HP, I saw him at 15.
Yeah.
Before he popped that pot. That was a really close call for Summoner 2805, but it looks like Rich's Provoke coming out on top initially in this.
All the early trades going their way so far. Not a good sign if you are Gimme That Ace, who are now slowly falling behind. Looks like an Ocean Drake as well is going to go over to Rich's Provoked as they are winning these early trades in the bot lane. Vayne is now, what is that, 26 CS down and 2 kills?
Yeah, that's not something you want to see. The Zillion didn't have enough pressure, it seems, against the heals from that lane, because the Brazilian really excels as kind of those bombs and that large amount of poke you can get out. But against double relic shield, overheal, fleet footwork, it's tough. It is tough to get in there and really have the pressure you need to let your ADC CS.
And then losing that 1v1 in the mid lane with the Veigar Zillion matchup. Q's gonna miss to the side as Shocking Orb's gonna land on top of Baja Blast Lever. Baja Blast Lever is gonna die to Bukake Poro as Bukake Poro gets a very good combo off there. Menbung almost dies to his blue buff.
That would have been the memeiest thing I've ever seen.
I would totally clip that and
100% clip it, post it everywhere.
Yep.
Menbung, if Menbung ever claims he's a good jungler, that would have been there. But sadly, he is a good jungler and he got the blue.
Yeah, something I think that's really helping Rich's Provoke though is if you look at this bot side jungle and how many wards they have stuck in it. They know exactly where Sejuani is at pretty much all times.
Well, they know that Sejuani now is going to want to focus this bottom lane, looking at how weak they've been in lane, trying to maybe get them ahead, or at least get them back to even, since it's a Vayne. Vayne's level 6 power spike is pretty significant when you compare it to Tristana. So making a play bot side wouldn't be too bad, but they know about it.
I don't know if I was Sejuani, if I might instead focus mid lane, as your Veigar is starting to lose these 1v1s. Garfield Juice is withered, but he's going to turn around now and start hitting Juice Me Mommy. He's going to pull out the little purple spear. I don't know what it's called exactly.
Spirit Fire, I believe.
Spirit Fire, yeah. Sejuani is bot side. Might dash through this wall. Yep, as Jirachi's trying to draw him forward. Well, that was a weird interaction. Getting condemned away is going to hit the Glacial Prism, and Uramus is going to pick off Jirachi as the 3-man gank is working out pretty well. Summoner 2805 is turned into an Icicle, and Vayne is going to pick up a double kill, and that's going to swing a lot of gold back over to Gimme That Is.
That's exactly what they were looking for. They somehow got around all that vision. It looks like Sejuani only took the Krugs, and then Vayne was able to be a master baiter and just kind of bring him in.
Meanwhile, top lane, Garfield Juice got ganked by Menbung, and so there's a kill going over to Menbung. As we see the ultimate coming out from Bukake Poro is going to not get all of them off. Going to cleanse the Icicle and get away from Baja Blast Lever.
Just over the wall with the Blast Plan. That was a very, very close call, but luckily, Juan Dick III didn't hit that Blast Plan earlier, and that opted to go for an additional auto attack. Could have been a little bit of a misplay there.
He is going to lose his blue buff though, as Menbung is invading again. Baja Blast Lever taking a lot of damage as Juice Me Mommy is going to pick up the first tower before Rich is provoked. And that's going to help with that lead.
Really taking over this game with these wards and these this counter jungling, because he knows his lanes have the pressure. It's really hard to be in your own jungle as a Sejuani without any pressure from your laners against them.
And because he can go through walls, Menbung can just get her in and around the map so much quicker than the Sejuani.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty unfortunate. Sejuani opting to counter jungle the bottom side though of the jungle.
Yep.
Getting some moves.
Gonna pick up a blue buff of their own. So yeah, all in all, still 4 kills behind. Now, what is that? A 5K gold differential. So
yeah, something along those lines. It looks like Kane and Nasus are going for the Rift Herald right about now. Our directed camera decides Rift Herald isn't an important objective.
No, we need to watch farm differentials. As Rift Herald is really low. Garfield Juice is Mega, but he just lost Mega form, and he's just kind of distracting them. Really, as we see more action bot lane as Alistar gets condemned into the wall. Sejuani is here trying to get on Bukake Poro, but Uramus gonna burn heal, and Zillion ult is on top, but that's not gonna work out, as I think they mistimed that just a little bit. Jirachi,
yeah, pretty unfortunate. Ult and heal. I think they could have just used one, hopefully, and gotten
yeah. Glacial Prison's gonna miss as Bukake Poro ults flashes away, and it's gonna try and land the ult. Baja Blast Lever is gonna try and just walk around these ult bombs.
Is this a Shadow Assassin Kane? Is that what we're seeing? Can we look at it? I think that's Shadow Assassin.
Huh.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe not decided yet. The Soul Hunter skin really throws me off since it's all blue themed.
Well, we see a full combo land on top of Jaundice III from Bukake-Poro, who's playing pretty well on this Xerath, I must say. Doing a really good job of zoning as Menbung has spawned the Rift Herald bot. They're going to push for this bot tower.
Yeah, potential dive with the Alistar here too. It looks like they're going for it.
Clap that ass has got the bomb on top. Jirachi has flashed forward for it. Bomb's not going to do enough as the exhaust comes out onto Jirachi. Uramoose is just trying to get any damage possible as Baja Blast Lever is here as well. Gnar has TP'd in, and we have all kinds of craziness going on as Menbung is super low. Vigar presses R, and Menbung is no more as Vent Horizon's going to trap the Alistar. And it looks like Gnar has picked up a kill as well.
Some good kills going over to the side of GDA, but unfortunately that was still the tower for Riches Revoked. They still got something for it. Whereas they're going to get maybe an Air Dragon.
And meanwhile, top lane, we have, Anasis pushing. Xerath stayed mid and is pushing in that mid turret as well. So while they did get some kills, they are losing objectives.
They're pretty much bleeding in left and right with a big Nasus in this top lane. It's going to be tough. Oh, wow, he's really starting to deal some damage. What's his stacks at? Is that a good old-fashioned... It says 19 in Spectator. I'm going to guess that's 190.
Yeah, 195.
195, yeah. A pretty large amount of stacks.
Yeah.
Starting to be able to get on that Gnar and duel him. That's going to be really significant for any sort of split push that GDA might try and mount. They got to keep in mind that it's probably going to take two.
Yeah, and they are about 6k gold down. Also 2 towers behind. I think if they get one of these towers, they might get some of this gold differential back. Because the kills aren't too different, 4 to 7. That's not too bad. But it's definitely the towers I think are the worst part right now.
Yeah, but it looks like they're kind of executing the plan of send Nasus top and let him press Q. And keep bot lane pushed while pressuring mid, which is always seems to be doing pretty well. It looks like Alistar might be wrapping around here.
Yeah, they know about it. Baja Blast Lever though is stuck, and Baja Blast Lever is going to get knocked back towards Jirachi, who's going to get the kill. Uramoose now is trying to go in and ends up going 2v1, but Summoner 2805 has been stunned, and Summoner 2805 should die. Yep, there it goes. Jirachi then got caught by the Glacial Prism as Uramoose is now starting to pop off as Vayne's starting to do a whole lot of damage. As Vayne is now on a triple kill. Menbung is going to try and get away because he can't take this anymore. And Menbung, that's a quadra kill for Vayne.
That's the one thing that they really needed to not do. They needed to not feed while their win conditions were online.
Yeah.
They just ran right into that Vayne with red buff and had a pretty rough realization that Vayne, even when behind, still does a lot of damage.
Yeah, and now the gold differential has gone down to 3k gold. So those team fights right there, very huge for the side of getting that ace. Uramoose going to get a blue buff here as well. Double buff Vayne. And it looks like Baron's going to spawn in about 1 minute and 10 seconds. Still a fair
good
amount
time
of time
to reset
yeah.
for this team.
Going to reset, going to clear out some vision. Juice Me Mommy has grouped with the team and now looks to be walking bot. Might find Clap That Ass, who is backing on top of a ward. Ooh.
Just got out of there. He whipped out D-Kane, but it didn't go off. Another turret going down, though, for GDA.
Last outer turret is gone, so they have no more outer turrets. As Baja Blast Lever is taking a ton of damage from Bukake-Poro, who's out of position and now is a little too far forward, and Uramoose is godlike right now as they keep finding picks left and right. Summoner 2805 is going to get killed again by Uramoose, who is now 8-1-2. Even though he's behind in CS, those 8 kills are really allowing Uramoose to do so much damage. Already has a static shiv, already going crit build, has a BF sword. And it looks like they're going to pick up a a tier 2
A
mid tower.
tier 2 in the mid lane.
But
Even before. They can rotate up top, they can rotate down to Juice.
yeah, Baja Blast Lever is gonna TP bot and get some of this wave, as Juice Me Mommy is just gonna back in that bush.
Yep, looks like a safe back away from Juice Me Mommy, but Yuramoose is really starting to pop off on Vayne.
Yeah.
I don't think we're spotting a Vayne this time. I think we're looking at a Vayne actually carrying.
Yeah. Bit unfortunate that I know Jirachi's been wanting to play Vayne too, but just not allowed to by the team at this moment. Anyways, going looks like either a static shiv or a rapid fire cannon. Jirachi is with the shiv, or not with the little energized shard thing. Yep, static shiv it is for Tristana. Gonna have more wave clear with that.
Good.
Hello.
Yep, and
Hello, more casting fun.
welcome to the stream.
Oh,
Thank
it's
you. I'm
Jimmy.
logging in right now. I saw it, dude.
What up, bruh?
Alright, who do I have to spectate?
Bukake Poro, Jirachi, any of them.
Sick. Oh, Rich is playing. I love Rich.
Yeah, they're starting to. They have early objective
They're
lead,
ahead.
but they're down in kills now. There's
Ooh.
Yuramoose is playing Vayne and is currently 8-1-2.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
The tempo is definitely on the side of GDA.
I know they got the
to be
momentum, but
sure.
Clap That Ass just took a full combo from Bukake Poro as Jaundice is jumping into the middle of a 4-man team. Glacial Prison's going to land onto Bukake Poro, who cleanses it. Gonna get knocked up as Jaundice as Alistair is here. Clap That Ass is so low, he's probably going to die. Yep, Clap That Ass dies as he used the ultimate on the Sejuani, but Yuramoose is now legendary as he is going out the backside as Jirachi's going to jump in. Does he have Condemn?
Jump.
No, doesn't. And Jirachi is going to shut down Yuramoose.
Almost
God.
dying to the Vayne too.
Yeah.
That was pretty.
I think someone clapped his ass.
Ooh.
That was
I've been
pretty-
waiting all season to say that.
Meanwhile, bot lane Nasus is split pushing, got a tier 2, but they are going to lose the mid inhibitor tower as Jaundice is now stunned up. Summoner 2805, and 2805 is stuck inside of the baby cage. Jaundice though does have a bomb on his head, and yep, going to take a lot of damage from that. Might need to back up as Jirachi's probably going to be able to pop, as going to get knocked up, and Jirachi does indeed pop him. But they do
that
get the kill on the
RIP?
Alistair, so
Oh, I'm in. There we go.
yep, RIP and GDA is what we are watching at this
Oh,
moment.
RIP Wandic 3.
Yeah, Wanda.
It seems like Juice Me Mommy should have taken it.
Oh, they might catch him out here.
Yep, Garfield Juice gonna flash away. He's gonna be able to get away from Menbung. Gonna get slowed
Good
as well.
flash. Oh, Menbung's on a journey though.
Nope, they're gonna go onto this Baron. That Give Me That Ace is gonna know about it. There is a ward there that no one has spotted, and so they are collapsing. Yuramoose is coming. Baja Blast Lever is here. Baja Blast Lever is gonna not hit the dark matter as we see Bukake Poro shoot Zareth ults everywhere. I don't think any of them landed though, as this Baron has been stalled.
Oh, that's better than Greg.
Dang. I was
That's a pretty
expecting
good play.
Flame, but not like this.
Oh,
Dude, you
Team
know
names
it's
are
getting to
backwards.
that point.
I guess
We're
I
in
put
first
team
place,
names
gotta follow
backwards.
even
Oh
harder.
well.
Yeah, I mean, at least you already know.
How do I turn on the thing? I'll see what
Anyways.
happens there.
Looking at an Infernal Drake going over to
Yeah,
the side of GDA, that's going to be pretty significant for that Vayne.
and that Vygar.
And the Vygar, yeah. Pretty large. And it also gives some the Gnar some good scaling. Just
Yep.
all around really strong for them, based on the champions they're playing.
Looks like they are running back over to this Baron. There are a lot of wards though, so they are knowing that 2 or 3 members are running around on this side of the map. And Nar is
Every member
here.
of this team right now looks
Yeah.
pretty big. So
Yeah.
wait, is that Nasa's only 28 stacks? Oh, 282.
280
okay.
sacks.
Sorry.
Yeah. As Garfield Juice is almost mega, probably gonna opting not to jump on anybody. Well, it looks like a
Oh, is this a catch?
no. Well, we have
Unfortunate.
Jaundice is kind of in the mid lane. Gonna see Menbung. Ooh, hits him with the flail. but I don't think that's going to amount to anything. As Yuramoose is going to roll into the forward towards the team, but backs up at the last second.
You only tumble in when you know you can 1v5. And I think that's accurate for Yuramoose right now.
That's true.
Mike could try. He's going to get knocked up by Menbung. Does have a bomb on his head, but he's going to, as Jirachi jumps in, going to do the same thing, but gets Buster shotted. And Jirachi's going to get the kill onto Yuramoose as Jaundice is going straight for Bukake
Close there.
And Menbung is going to come back, and they're just going to kill Jaundice as Jaundice has a bomb on his face.
No, Wandig 3 is going in.
Yeah, he's a little too far. He's gonna die here to Menbung. Yeah, Menbung ultimate is gonna get the kill. As Garfield Juice is just gonna 4-man ultimate into the wall and watch as everybody dies. Meanwhile, top lane, Juice Me Mommy is doing Nasus things and just splits pushing.
This is why I'm saying the Nasus shouldn't have taken TP. The Nasus should have taken Ghost. He has TP'd one time this game. He doesn't care about his team. He cares about those fat stacks for his D-Cane.
And that's the thing, too. He doesn't even have that many. He's only 309. He's way behind.
He's getting there. He wasn't laying against the Gnar, to be fair.
No. I mean, I guess that's something, but, you know. The Gnar hasn't even finished his boots yet. Like,
I go Black Cleaver, Frozen Heart first, so got a lot of attack damage
and
there.
Also with the Righteous Glory and Wither, like, you should be able to just walk up to him, smack him in the face.
And a Triforce.
No problem. Yeah, exactly. And Triforce. So
did start with an Ancient
Coin. That's the
Coin
setup
first.
for success right there. Ancient Coin is a good start on Nasus. I like that a lot, actually. Especially against something like the Gnar. It helps shore it up.
The Bandit passive that they've added to the support items is just a little too much.
Makes it...
And put them back into solo lanes, really.
Yeah.
We're going to see Menbung is now caught inside. Wait, he's inside of Jaundice and he's going to try and get away. Oh,
wow,
flashes away and doesn't allow Jaundice to get the icicle off. As we see,
really well played there, getting away from getting caught out, but it looks like
looks
no
Clap
flash.
That Ass is going to die to the Baron, except for he has to blow the Zillion ult. There it goes. Zillion ult has been used. Garfield Juice is TPing bot to stop Nasus from split pushing, who takes an inhibitor turret, just split pushing for days. Jaundice is now caught on the wrong side of this, and he's going to get stunned by Bukake Poro. Garfield Juice, meanwhile, is going to ult the Nasus into the inhibitor, but he's losing this trade, and his Mega is about to run out. So somebody else is going to have to back and help him out. As it looks
Garfield
like they're
Juice +6.
Yeah, they're on the Baron. Somebody flashed in there. I think that was Bukake Poro. As Baja Blast Lever got caught in the baby cage with an Alistair. Not what you're wanting there, as the Baron has reset. There's still somebody. Zillion is still over here. Might try for the steal. Gonna miss the double bomb though, as only one is on Jirachi. Garfield Juice going 1v1 with Juice Me Mommy. There's so much action going on. Director Camera doesn't know where to stay, as the Baron is gonna go over to Rich's Provoke. And they now have a 8k gold lead.
Oh, Yuramoose catching out Juice Me Mommy?
No.
Or is Juice Me Mommy catching out Yuramoose?
Yeah,
Yuramoose can't get too close to that, because I think Juice Me Mommy will just one-shot him.
He does have red buff though, so he does have a lot of ability to kite that out.
Yeah. I think actually Juice Me Mommy
what time were you guys at?
What?
38, 39, 40.
I'm at 42,
41.
43, 44.
All right, I'm
45.
synced up with you, Panda.
Yeah, I think you're slightly behind us, Fudgy.
Just about a second. It'll be
just
alright.
do a disconnect reconnect. That just fixed it for me. Because I was like 10 seconds behind before.
I don't do that. I just hit the fast forward button until it fast forwards. Anyways.
Oh, I didn't even know you could do that. I feel dumb. Okay.
Anyways, another dragon is spawning. Nasus is again bot lane. Gonna go for this inhibitor, as Jirachi is gonna get hit by the Glacial Prism. He's gonna burn QSS though. As Shocking Orb lands onto Vayne, and that's gonna be huge. As Jaundice now tries to go in, but is unable to slow down anybody, as this Nasus is still bot lane by himself.
And he's got Frozen Heart now, so the Vayne 1v1 is a much more difficult matchup for the Vayne.
Yeah, and they're winning the side push right now.
Yeah, no one can contest this Nasus.
The initial cleanse from Bukake Poro here, taking that into this enemy team has been really, really significant this whole game. Seems like every time they catch someone, it seems to be him face tanking the CC and then just cleansing out of it. Smooth criminal.
Yeah, as John just taking a lot of damage from Bukake, yeah. Showing that he, unlike Greg, can land Zera's skill shots. As Jirachi has decided to start this dragon, this is another Infernal Drake. Jirachi is going to get the dragon, as Jaundice is now caught on the wrong side. Gonna get dropped, but he does have the Zillion ultimate on top of him.
There's Vayne, there's Vayne, there's a dead Vayne.
There's a dead Vayne as Bukake Poro has hit the skill shot. And there's a dead Jaundice as meanwhile Garfield Juice is just getting smacked by the Nasus.
Yeah, Vayne deciding to face tank the damage of the entire enemy team might not have been a great decision from Euroboost.
Tristana going low there.
Lol, Vayne spotting.
And Nasus in the base.
Yeah, Nasus
laying down the cane.
Yeah, let's think about that for a second as well. They just lost a fight 5v4 while Nasus was taking an inhibitor.
Yeah, they have just a really significant front line in the Alistar that they can't get through, and then the positioning from GDA has just been pretty questionable. Not only the Vayne, but trying to steal and what was it, an Ocean Dragon this late in the game, and committing your whole life to it as a Sejuani.
That was an Infernal
I actually
Drake.
think though, with the Nasus, that Ocean Drake's a big deal.
As we see, Jaundice is taking a lot of damage, not tanking enough to do that. As Juice Me Mommy does just so much damage right now. They do have a lot of wave clear.
Their Baron buff's just about run out though.
No. So they can start stalling this game just a little bit, but they need to pick up some objectives sooner rather than later. They need to get this Vayne back on track. Vayne was started 8-1 and 2, I do believe, and is now 9-4 and 3. So
Menbun caught out. Good night.
Does have a GA, so he will revive, and is gonna get instantly stunned. And Baja Blast Lever is just gonna take the kill.
I think that's smart, giving that kill over to Baja Blast Lever, because he's the other person they need big. Euromoose has already got some pretty decent items, some good damage. But if they get a second damage threat out from Baja Blast Lever, they can really start to take over the game, or take back the game.
Is where he needs to be. He's just not standing where he needs to be. You know?
that might be part of the Vayne issue. He didn't wait for the cooldowns, really. The Xerath still have the Death Ball.
Yeah. And I want to comment quickly on the vision from what's the team on the right?
Riches Provoked.
Riches RIP. So RIP's vision control actually this game has been really good. Up until recently, that bot side jungle was almost entirely warded up. They have their top side warded, which isn't entirely consequential at this point. But it gives them a really nice setup for Baron moving into the enemy bot side or top side jungle, excuse me. And I think that's also been a big deal for them because a lot of these fights have been in these intermediate jungle areas, and they've been in control. Yeah. Of course, minus Menbun dying at a Gromp.
Yeah, looks like they have a couple of good wards that are going to be able to spot out GDA. Hopefully, if they tried to enter their jungle, and maybe see some of the paths that they would go through to maybe attempt to pick on someone. But I don't think that's something that GDA can really feasibly do at the moment.
Yeah, and they only have one warding totem left on their team.
Only one
wards are going to be slacking.
Anyways, yeah, this Vayne is a couple items now behind Jirachi. And yes, it was a 1-1 between GDA and HVG earlier today. So HVG now is tied in second place.
Rich opted for the full Mercurial Scimitar here instead of going for the Essence Reaver, which you've seen is pretty common in pro play today, at least.
I mean, it still gives you the big boy damage. It gives you lifesteal.
Yeah, still does a lot of good things.
Needs.
Plus,
and lets him maintain the shield from Relic.
Exactly.
That shield is strong.
Jirachi is just fat right now.
Oh.
Thick.
Jirachi. Thick with 5 C's.
As we see, Juice Me Mommy is so tanky.
Double.
Does not take damage right now from a Gnar that built Bork.
Wait, Gnar built
a Bork and hasn't completed boots.
That's something that I think, which we will go over in my How to Be Less Boosted featuring Big Dick Jimmy series we're gonna put out soon.
Yeah, as Summoner
But
20 to
you
5 is
gotta
going to
complete the
headbutt in.
boots.
Uramoose is now stunned. There's so much going on here. As Dark Matter is going to fall and just melt Jirachi, but Jirachi is going to get away. As
Alistar
Jaundice
takes
is
no
going
damage.
in. Who is that? Menbung is now trying to go solo everybody. Glacial Prison's going to land on
Sejuani,
Kakeporo,
very
but
nice.
somebody dies. That was
Oh.
Sejuani. Sejuani is now gone as Jirachi is still here. But the
Here comes
Nasus
DK
Oh no.
+6.
still got stunned, and now they're turning this
Might
around.
actually go down here.
Vayne does have % health damage with
And red buff.
the silver buffs, but on the Nexus is the Winions.
They're not gonna take too much, luckily.
Yeah.
It looks like the inhib's actually respawning, according to the game announcer. So
Wonderful.
we'll see that back up, and a little bit less to worry about from GDA.
So back to my extremely important point about boots.
And finishing them.
Wait,
Yeah, like they're some of the most gold efficient, best passive items in the game. And,
They
like,
only
there's no-
gain more value over time.
Exactly. Like there's no reason not to finish your boots by like 15 minutes.
unless
like-
Oh,
you're
absolutely.
So
Now
far
he's
behind.
he's finally has Merc Treads. Imagine if he had Merc Treads 8 fights ago, how differently this game would be going. Also, they need a front line in this guy. They don't need a Bork on Gnar.
Yeah,
It looks like, yeah, they're kind of going for a single tank with the Sejuani at this point. 'Cause
I entirely disagree with that.
I do as well, because the 2-tank composition has been really standard and really honestly vital
'Cause it's
for a lot
really
of
good.
teams. Yeah.
Like, and I don't disagree with only having one tank, but I think on this Gnar, he has enough damage, right? Like,
yeah.
it's,
As anyways, we
it's-
see
at this-
Menbung is going to ult inside of Jaundice, as there's all kinds of nonsense going on here. This is a 4v3. No,
Uramoose
4v
heading up.
4v
Nasus
4v5
running
is
down bot,
Nasus.
but
It is just running down. Yeah, running down bot.
might be their downfall.
As if they do pull this off, they could possibly end.
Uh-oh.
Gnar is going in, trying to get to Kakeporo.
Oh,
but his
Jirachi, come
ultimate's
on.
going to come out, and Baja Blast Lever is just going to delete him. Jaundice is now on Jirachi. They're going to get the ultimate on the Zillion ultimate.
Oh, no.
Gonna
Oh, you can't
drop.
jump that. Oh, you can't jump that, Jirachi.
Dude, I think this
And
was
there's a
Jirachi's
dead
moment to
Uramoose, as
shine, and they
Ur-
just.
so they're going to have
fell
to try
flat,
and base race
unfortunately.
now, as Juice
Base
Mumami
race.
is going to
Base
try and
race.
take the Nexus towers before Garfield Juice can get on them. But somebody is here. That is a Menbung resurrecting.
No,
Menbung,
Juice Tsunami, you can't back off now.
you can't do that. Uramoose is onto the Nexus. They're onto the Nexus, and GDA will get this first game as they're going to go 23-20 and pull it out in
Unfortunate.
37 minutes. Coming
If you're
from
gonna
behind.
take TP on Nasus, you should use it. No, moral of the story: Nasus didn't use a second summoner. He should have taken Ghost.
Or Ignite,
Yeah.
or anything, really.
Anything other than that, because if you're not going to use the TP, if you're set on the split push route, you might as well commit in your summoners as well. That TP was pretty useless.
But also, the whole point of going split push with teleport is that when your team gets engaged on or engages, you can be there within 3 seconds.
Well, that's the point. He should have. That's why he
He
should.
never did
If he
it.
was going for the other strategy of just F my team, I'm going in, Ignite or Ghost. There was
Yeah,
no
I mean,
point there.
Ghost wouldn't have been bad there, but I do think that that teleport was not used effectively.
No,
And
not
I
at
don't
all.
think it wasn't. I don't think it was even used. I wasn't
was
here for the
used
early game, but
It was used once in the early game.
teleport to lane, right?
Follow an R. It was a pretty significant thing that got Rich's provoked ahead, but
And that's another thing we'll be covering in Big Dick Jimmy's 5-step plan to being less boosted.
how to
Maybe
use
50 just
teleport
near
or using teleport at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
actually, this is a moment to make a little self plug here. So me and Eric are working on this entire series because we feel that we have a lot
Eric
of
and I.
brothers. Eric and I, excuse me, are looking to do this whole thing because we feel that we're trying to make this league more competitive, but at the same time leaving a lot of brothers back in the dust with no help, right? So the whole point is that we're gonna make this meme-filled, fantastic educational video series for every single role. I'm gonna learn how to play every single role in this game. We're gonna document it. It's gonna be awful. And then we're gonna put it out as this 5-step plan, Jimmy's 5-step plan to being less boosted. And I hope it's gonna help some people and help you guys all get in here and really get in this PMA LCS scene because it's so much fun.
All
I
right.
want to see more brothers competing for this.
Yeah, we'd love to expand this league. Anyways, we're going to look at some quick damage numbers here. We see the Vayne had 38,000 damage to champions,
Dang.
followed by Gnar at 24,000 for their team. Veigar had 21,000, and then everyone else is kind of just not relevant. Over for the side of Riches Provoked, you see Bukake, Poro, and Jirachi are both at 27k, with Jirachi just a little bit ahead, about 300 or so. And then the Nasus is third with 18,000 damage done to champions. So while the Nasus was huge, didn't do a whole lot in team fights, probably because he was split pushing and not there. So again, just a different strategy coming out at that moment.
Yeah, and I really think the Nasus really could have turned at even that last fight and some of those mid-game fights as well, just with how many stacks he was having and how much damage we could see that he was actually doing even without being in there. You know, it was really significant how much damage he was dealing with that Kayn. And if he, TP'd behind them, TP'd in front of them, got the other team off of them or something like that, like it would have been an entirely different game, I think.
Yeah.
I agree, under 10%.
Looking at the vision control for each team, we see the Zillion have a vision score of 105 with 45 wards placed, 22 destroyed, which I think is an insane number.
Dang.
And then the
Those are some
crazy
good numbers,
number
yeah.
to me is 14 control wards purchased. That's a lot of control wards. Definitely helping control the vision in that game. And then if you turn it over, though, this Alistair plays 66 wards in a 37-minute game, almost going a ward every 2 wards every minute.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
really
insane.
good.
Yeah. It seems like our supports have improved by a lot from the beginning of the
And that's
split.
what I love to see.
Yeah. Anyways, leading the CS game was that Nasus at 310, which is probably why he had so many stacks. Jirachi not a fair bit behind at 255, as well as Garfield Juice, who had 276. Anyways, we're going to get our MVP chat or MVP vote put up in the chat. So give us your votes, and then we're going to take a slight break and cut the VOD so that we can get these VODs put onto YouTube. So anyway, stick around. We got more coming at you in just a little bit.